Hey boys, how's it going? It's your boy Sebastian here with Leading Man Attraction, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you the pros and the cons of doing day game. By the way guys, I've noticed that a lot of you are watching my videos but you're not actually subscribing. I'm a little hurt, however, no biggie. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so that you don't miss any future content, because if you are watching, then you might as well subscribe and get to see all the videos as soon as they are released. On to the topic at hand, let's talk about some of the pros of doing day game. Number one, there is very little competition. You will be overwhelmed, okay? You won't be able to approach all of the girls that you want to because there are just that many, and there's very little competition, especially if you live in a big city like, for example, London or maybe New York, somewhere where, you know, the population of women is huge, and you go into a city center, you go out, you find a place where they kind of flock to, like for example a lingerie shop or a makeup store, and you just wait, okay? You're like a lion in the bushes. You wait for them to come out and you pick the one that you want to approach and you just do it. Very little competition. Literally very few guys are actually doing this on a regular basis. So if you do get into it, you'll literally be better than 95% of other guys who are not doing it. You'll look far more confident. And in most cases, if you practice this and you get pretty good at it, women really enjoy it and they find it very attractive. So no competition, go for it. Pro number two, there are no distractions. So if you're in a club or if you're in a bar, there's loud music, there's people dancing next to you, there's people just spilling drinks everywhere, there's people potentially fighting, there are friends who are trying to cock block you every single minute as you're trying to pick this girl up. You know, there's so many things happening. There's maybe even like a couple of other guys who are trying to pick up this girl as well. So there are so many things that are distractions that are trying to stop you from picking up this girl. And you know, if you do night game, then you've probably experienced this. There's a lot of factors that you got to overcome and control, whereas with day game, and there's no distractions. It's just you and the girl, or maybe you, the girl and her friend, or if you be in, you know, adventurous, you might be stopping a group, but there is no loud music. You can kind of just, you know, stop the girl, have a one-to-one conversation, or you know, manage the group a lot easier than it would be during the night, because during the night everyone's kind of all over the place. So, you know, no distractions, and it's much simpler to stop a girl, get a conversation with her, get a number, and then set up a date later on. I make it sound so easy, don't I? Number three, guys, there is no consequences. You know, everything that you do, everything that you try, there is literally no consequence. Nothing bad is gonna happen. There's no paparazzi looking at you, right? Kind of just recording everything, unless, you know, you do a boot camp with me where we do actually record the infields. But other than that, it's just you, the girl, you're in the moment. There's no pressure, nobody's looking at you, nobody cares. Whatever happens, happens. If it's a rejection, it's a rejection. There's another girl walking by that you can approach and nothing happens, you know? Obviously, you're not gonna be a pro, you're not gonna be a fucking conversationalist magician straight away. That happens with time and practice and a lot of effort, but with time, if you actually put in the work, you are going to get better with women. You're going to get better at conversation, you're going to get more confident, and your body language is going to improve. So those were my pros for day game. Now let's jump into the cons. What is so scary about day game? What are the cons of actually doing this? The first thing that you're going to notice is that there are far less incredibly attractive girls than you would see in a bar or a nightclub. That is because obviously they don't flock to one place like they would do in a bar or in a pub. So you're gonna have to be patient. It's a patience game, okay? So to avoid getting stale and to avoid actually not meeting anyone when you go out, you want to go to places where girls go to. Like I said before in the video, somewhere with as young girls, more importantly, so that you're not, you know, in a shopping mall where there's just like a bunch of 50, 60-year-old women, and you know, you want to do day game and you feel like this is your day and then nothing happens. Yep. if you are being strategic about this, you can overcome this and you can still find great spots where there's a lot of cute girls. Okay, so another con of day game is that it isn't done during a social event and it's not a social venue that you're at, which means that girls are not ready to socialize. That is why sometimes when you open, or in a lot of cases really, you'll get no reaction, or you'll get a negative reaction, or you'll see a girl get really kind of scared, right? Like, what does this guy want? And obviously that also depends on how good you are in your technique and your tonality and all of those things. However, because it is not a social event, it is not a social venue, girls maybe have boyfriends, husbands, maybe they're lesbians, maybe they're all of those things. They might be in a rush to work, they might have just had a terrible call with their boss, maybe she's late, maybe she's gonna catch a train, right? You don't know what is happening really. You know, it's not a social venue where she's there to socialize and have fun. So these things could make your approach more difficult, and in some cases obviously impossible, because if she's got a husband, then I'm assuming you are gonna let that girl go. If you're not, well, that's on you. So a final con that I could think of, and you know, this really depends on your experience, but at the beginning you might experience a lot of flakes. I'm going to be making a video on how to avoid flakes and how to remove them from your day game. It's going to be coming out next week. So like I said, if you're not subscribed, subscribe right now, hit the bell notification, and you'll know when that video comes out, where I'm going to be talking about how to reduce the amount of flakes that you might be experiencing. But a con of day game is that you might be getting a lot of numbers, but those numbers don't actually transmit into dates because girls flake. At the beginning, you might experience this a lot. I know that I have. However, if you stick with the process and you actually evaluate yourself, and then you become better and better and better with time and practice, you will notice that flakes will reduce. However, if all you do is the same thing over and over again and you don't learn, you don't improve your conversational skills, then you are just going to keep experiencing flakes. Those are my pros and my cons of doing day game. I've been in the game for a long time. I've been doing this for literally years, and I can tell you that personally I enjoy almost every single session. There are still times where I go out and I'll literally approach 5 or 6 girls in a row who will reject me because they have boyfriends, or they literally show me a ring, or they're lesbians. Okay, it fucking happens. You do need a little bit of luck when you go out to meet girls who are available. If you don't, just take it as a fun experience, because that's what it really is. There is no bad consequence from doing day game. You're always learning in your social interactions, so all you have to do is just stick with it, push through that initial barrier that might be stopping you, and I promise you the results will be worth it if you put in the work. That's it for this video. If you want some coaching from me, all you have to do is email me at leadingmanattraction@gmail.com with what you are struggling with and what you would like to achieve from doing day game. I'll give you a free 15-minute consultation call where I will discuss with you how I can help you, and we can go from there. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like for the algorithm. I'll appreciate that. Leave a comment, let me know if there are any other pros or cons to do in day game and how your day game journey is going, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.